And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and we're here with a nice little market tip video. Just a pretty quick one, not going to do something crazy. Shit's not going to be like 19 minutes or anything, but before we get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to go into some tips to make MT. Now, obviously, number one, the easiest way to make MT like a significant amount is to play triple threat online. Now, I will say that triple threat online as of right now fucking sucks ass and it's awful to play, but at the same time you can get Sapphire Sam Mitchell, Ruby Theo Ratliff, who's probably not that good, and I guess Terrell Brandon, but most importantly you can get a lot of tokens and MT. Now this year we don't have a token market yet, so you can't use your tokens on packs, which once we do get that, that's going to be the wave for sure. We are going to get new token market updates every season, so we're going to get them 4 times a year this time, possibly even more. So definitely something to look out for. I would recommend mainly just to stop at the Ruby tier as of right now. That's just my main. Go and unlock the Amethyst tier. But the first kind of wave of updates we're going to get is like Sapphire, Ruby, and Amethyst updates. We're not going to get any. We might get a Diamond. I don't think we get any Pink Diamond updates as of yet. So it's smart just to save them. But once we get that token market update, it's probably going to be like the season tip-off packs, maybe like one of the other promo packs. I'm guessing probably like, yeah, it's probably going to be season tip-off East and West. They're going to be like 6 tokens or whatever, and then we're probably going to get like playoff stoppers, or no, they probably won't do playoff stoppers. They might do clutch packs. Clutch packs are like the multi-dimensional packs last year, so it wouldn't surprise me to see these guys up there at some point. So, but that's going to be a really good way to make MT once you do it. Another way, which obviously is something that I've always talked about in all my videos, sell your fucking shoes, dude. You don't need this many shoes. They don't actually count towards your collector level. Keep a couple shoes on deck because there are a lot of XP challenges that involve just like placing a pair of shoes on people, but for the most part just go through and just quick sell the shoes. I mean, you're probably going to sit there and get like 20-30k MT just by clicking a couple buttons, so it ends up being worth it for the most part. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, sell all my shoes because that shit is super boring. So miscellaneous. Another one right now is obviously Playbooks. A lot of Playbooks that you have are not really that great, but they will sell for a lot. Hawk's Playbook is, it's decent. It is pretty good. It does have a nice play to it. So if you see a Hawk's Playbook, you draw it in packs or you get it from anything else, you already have one, definitely make sure to go sell that because you're going to get about 10k for a Playbook, which is absurd. Let's check Cavs Playbook. Yeah, that one's not really good. Heat are in the finals, so to be honest with you, okay, their Playbook's not really that expensive. Obviously, Pistons Playbook, and you can still get about a G or more for the Nets Playbook because people don't realize that it's not good this year. So definitely sell that. Let's check the Warriors Playbook. I bet that's, yeah, you can get about 2 Gs for the Warriors Playbook, and the Warriors Playbook sucks, so there's no reason. Okay, so the Grizzlies Playbook has a Cavs logo. That's pretty interesting. I don't really know what that's all about. And then when it comes to the historic playbooks typically sell for like more than they should. Like the 08 Celtics playbook is selling for around 1,000 right now, and it's not a good playbook. Any of the Pistons playbooks selling. The Bulls playbooks typically sell for like a pretty decent amount. Not this year. I bet Heat 13 playbook probably sells for a pretty good portion. Let me see what's up with that. Nah, nobody even has that one yet. At least they're not selling it. 06 Heat. All of these, none of these really sell. Coaches. So some of the coaches actually sell for a decent amount, or there's none up here. Jock Vaughn is probably one of the best coaches I have right now. You can find pretty good value for him. Steve Clifford is fucking terrible, but he sells for over a G. I want to say Jim Boylan might be the one that's random that like sells for, no, he doesn't sell for shit. But if you have like Brad Stevens, no one even has these guys, I don't think, or they're just not selling them. They're decent. Rick Carlisle, does he sell for anything? No. You can always quick sell these guys. I mean, realistically, you're never going to use Scott Brooks, Dwayne Casey. Like, you can get about as much as a shoe. JB Bickerstaff. Dude, what a sick-ass name. You're never going to get anything for those guys. Like, you're never going to use them, so Keep your historic arenas. They don't do for anything, but these guys do count for your collector level. Same with the coaches, but you'll end up getting so many coaches over the next year. Basketballs, if you do end up drawing additional extra ones, you can get a little bit more than their quick sell, so always make sure to check that out. I want to say there's some like green and yellow ball. Yeah, but I mean, you quick sell it for 400, but you can actually get like 1,000 for it. I want to say like cheetah ball and some of these other ones are a little more expensive. Purple and gold's always a nice one. Yeah, purple and gold ball you can get over 2 G's for, but if you quick sell it, it's like 500. So definitely want to go check that out more than anything. Now here's the big one, badges. And this is actually why I wanted to make the whole video, to talk about badges specifically. And the reason for that is some of these badges, so you can't sell Hoff badges, right? But you can sell the gold badges. Now, some of the gold badges are very, very cheap. Like I guarantee you, when I go into, so stop and go is about 2,000. It's not the most important badge this year at this point. Space creator might be expensive. Yeah, it's about 1,000. Defensive leader, I bet, is expensive. Yeah, defensive leader. Oh wow, it's only 2,000. 1,200, dude, give me that. Absolutely, give me more defensive leader badges. Absolutely. But it's important to look at these badges because a lot of people don't really check on them before they put them up. You know, they'll just see that they're low. They don't really gauge how important the badges are. So some badges that you want to get rid of and some you want to like stay a hold of. I mean, box, it's not really that, if you don't have anyone to put this on, dude, just go sell it for 1,500. There's no point. Or put it into the exchange. 15 gold badges gets you a Hoff badge. Ice and Veins is a really terrible, stupid badge. Like, there's no point. I mean, it helps them make free throws at the end of the game, but like, how often does that happen? So, I don't know. Hot start's actually not really too important, but it is decent. You can get 3 Gs for hot start, so get rid of it. Worm, I think you can get a decent amount for. About 900. It's not really worth it. Bailout's actually more important. One thing about this game and this year is it's so hard to play that it's actually made me study all the badges and study which ones are good and which ones aren't. So I'm going to go into what badges are important. Volume shooter is extremely important. It boosts the shot percentages as you shoot with certain players. So the more you shoot with a player, the more he's going to be hitting. That one's super, super important, and honestly, it's very slept on. Obviously, defensive leader and tireless defender are extremely important badges as well for your defensive cards. A lot of them aren't going to have this in gold. So space creators decently. I would say that's like a B tier badge. Like, it does stuff. Clutch shooter, not the most important badge in the world, but who's trying to get 10,000 for clutch shooter? Yo, chill. Cross key scorer is actually pretty important this year, which is kind of crazy, at least at this stage in the game, because layups are so OP. So if you have cross key and you do slashing layups, they'll go in at a way higher clip. Catch and shoot obviously is important, as it normally is. Tireless scorer, or tireless shooter I should say, is difficult shots is one of the most important badges in the game because it allows you to hit ridiculous fadeaway running shots at a higher clip. So if you see any up for like 1,000, just cop them. You can snipe them, or you can actually just use them to put on players. Post spin, nah. Relentless finisher helps a little bit, yeah. Range extender, to be honest with you, is not that important of a badge, but it's so overhyped that it's a gaudy amount of MT. 5,000 minimum for a range extender gold, which at this point, I have 3 of them. I'm just keeping them. By the time range extender actually comes into play and ends up being like an important badge, every card basically that would need it is going to have gold range extender already. So it's not a bad time to clear those out now or apply them to some of the guys who don't have them at this stage. Honestly, more important than like gold range extender is like bronze, so you can actually give someone gold like range extender in the first place. Corner specialist is pretty important. Some of the silver badges, flexible release is what, in my opinion, the most important badge in this game this year. Hands down. It really is. 2,900, not too much for that. 2,700, not too much for that at all. If a card doesn't have flexible release, it's gonna make it significantly harder. Yeah, I'm buying that. To actually make shots with them. Same with Hot Zone Hunter for sure. Hot Zone Hunter is typically pretty expensive already, even if it wasn't this year. So it's like, yeah, all right. So it's about 3,000. I got a few of those. Steady Shooter is actually not a terrible badge like it was last year. It does hurt their open shot percentages, but at the same time, a lot of your shots, especially if you're playing against the CPU a lot more, Steady Shooter is going to be very important for playing against the CPU because they play incredibly ridiculous defense. So if you have a card with Steady Shooter, they're going to be able to get off contested shots at a higher clip, which will make your life a whole lot fucking easier. All the rest of them aren't that crazy important. Like even like Silver Range Extender, who do I even have that could get that? Yeah, like I wouldn't waste that on kind of like Kendall Gill or Kyle Korver. But how much is this going for? 3,000, 2,500. It's not terrible to check out, especially if you get Bronze Range is actually like, want to say the most expensive one. Dimer is pretty important, especially because no one can shoot this year, so having someone that boosts attributes and shooting is really important. Bronze badges are actually, in my opinion, probably the clutchest ones, just because you can actually add the badge to a player with bronze. So Floor General is pretty clutch. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy a Floor General for 1,000 just so I have it, because a lot of point guards don't have it at this point. It's a very important badge for a point guard to have. Volume Shooter, pretty important. Even Steady is not bad, but people see the bronze and they'll put them up for really, really cheap. So it's important to go through and just kind of look for ones that are 800, 900 and just scoop them. Eventually, you got about a quarter of the year window where badges are going to be extremely important, and then after that, badges are going to be not important at all. So it's important to capitalize that now. When you can get maximum value for those badges and gain a shit ton of MT for them. Don't ever quick sell them. Like literally don't. You can probably even sell, what's Catch and Shoot going for? Yeah, 2 Gs, and if you quick sell it for 250, don't do that, please. Range Extender Bronze, I bet is expensive. Oh yeah, let me put that on Alonzo Mourning. Yeah, Bronze Range Extender is actually the most expensive one. It's going for about anywhere from 5 to 10 Gs. None of these guys I would put Range Extender even on. Well, yeah, let me put it on Dennis Johnson so we can go ahead and not shoot. Deadeye. Deadeye's another expensive one, too. That one's pretty clutch. If you see any Deadeyes up for like 900, just grab them. Even if they're like 1,500, they're not terrible. Same with Dimer. Dimer's really expensive. Actually, it's calmed down. It was really expensive for a little bit, so. But anyways, guys, I hope that helps you out. When it comes to the current NBA guys, a lot of the gold cards seemingly are more expensive than gold and silver are probably the most expensive ones right now for some reason. It's kind of weird. After the playoffs are over, it's going to be hard to predict which one of these cards are going to be expensive and which one aren't. But in the meantime, definitely keep up on that. If you see a player having a great game, make sure to go invest in some of their cards. If you see Jimmy Butler is shitting, go invest in a couple Jimmy Butlers, because chances are he'll have XP challenges that'll raise his value through the roof for no reason whatsoever. But anyways, guys, I hope that helped out. Just a quick market tip video, a little longer than I wanted it to be. But hey, things happen. So anyways, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back with new content literally every single day. Peace.